Clementine tree, agroplants.org, also known as Clementines orange. So this tree, it's a hybrid, it's evergreen, between orange and mandarine. It's a perennial evergreen, and some cultivars can be with thorns. It can grow in variety of climates, can be tropical, subtropical, or Mediterranean. Uh, can grow in hardiness zone from 9 plus, and if you really insist, even in 8B it can grow, but you need overwinter care. The fruits are from 4 to 6 centimeter usually, and they can be sweet, sour, or something in between. Except this, I would highly recommend to grow them with well-drained soil and better loamy soil. Uh, Maybe you should, the moment that you want to choose, of course, add some humus and fertilizer, organic matter. But except this, maybe you should choose cultivars that will be without thorns. And when you choose a cultivar, also the size of the fruits. Some people have more patience to peel the fruits, even if they are small and they are good taste. And some people lose their patience and just don't want to eat it at all. So it's something to consider. Easy to peel, harder to peel. The taste, of course, sweet to sour. More juicy, more dry, and the amount of seeds can be seedless. Some cultivars are seedless. Usually, it's affected by the how many pollinators you have. It's actually the cultivars that don't need another tree or just self-pollination. If there will be a lot of bees in the area or some other pollinator, they will actually create seeds inside. If not, it will be just free from seeds. You can start to grow it by seeds, cutting, or air layering, but better, of course, to buy a grafted tree. When you graft, also, I forgot, consider to graft more than one kind of clementine. Maybe a beginning of the season, middle of the season, and end of the season, different flavors, and maybe consider other kind of citrus like oranges, lemons, and much more. Planting season will be in hardiness zone of 8B to 10 from spring to the summer. Hardiness zone from 10B to spring to the autumn, and all the year in hardiness zone of 11 plus. Better not in the hot summer days. When you plant it, just put a lot of organic matter and dig holes that bigger than the plant than the root ball, because it's much better, and just add a lot of humus, organic matter, dead leaves, and just cover it lightly and support. Don't forget to support the tree. Major pests are citrus leaf miner, aphids, uh, citrus foot rot, ants, and citrus gummosis. Pruning season will be in the end of the winter to beginning of the spring, better after the fruits. The moment that it's finished to fruits, just better to prune it. But if it's already, some trees have fruits and flowers in the same moment, and this is cause some problems. Usually, I highly recommend to just prune with the fruits before it starts to bloom. This is something that you will learn over the year when you grow your specific tree. Pruning will be mostly dead branches and cross branches. The height of the tree will be from 3 to 6 meter, but possible also to grow it as a dwarf and it's bare fruits. In the right condition, it will be medium growing speed of tree, require average amount of water, and the light requirement will be full sun, and possible to grow it in a half shade in the right care. It means that not everywhere. Let's say that in hardiness zone of 9, I would highly recommend to put in full sun, but maybe in hardiness zone of 11, it's possible in half shade, will bear less fruits, but it's manageable. It's also possible to grow it in containers. Let's say start with the containers that will be bigger than the root ball, 50% bigger, Every time that the roots arrive to full capacity of the container, need to switch to bigger until arrive to the desirable size. The moment that it's too much big, you just switch part of the soil from the side. If it's possible to switch all every few years, it will be lovely for the tree, but I'm not sure that it's optional. So just part of it, it will be enough. Except this, better to make enough holes and check that when you put water, they are going out. If you use a bottom for the container, check that the water dry in the same day. If not, you put too much water. If there isn't at all water in the bottom, it's another option that, let's say, you need to check that you put enough water. So blooming season will be from the spring to the winter. The opposite, from the winter to the spring, and the flowers are white with yellow stamens. Except this fruit season will be from the winter, autumn to the winter, but possible also in the spring, depends the cultivar. Major pests are citrus stubborn disease, citrus black spot, alternaria, and it's not a pest, but it's annoying. The fruits explode, and this caused by lack of water. If you don't put enough water, your fruit will explode probably, because they need more to maintain the growth. So this is the first sign. If you see one fruit with this, add a lot of water, because you're actually in a deep problem of that there is no really way to return, and I will explain why. Because if you don't put the water on the time, they will all explode. This is just the first symptom. Sometimes it's too late. You see half the tree just explode in the same day. So this is a little bit late to save, but next year just learn to increase. Usually it's in the winter, so this is a raining season a lot of time. And if you have a lot of rain, so it means that you don't need to add more water. If you don't need, but this you need to add in the dry days. Except this, you can use it for eating raw juice, and to use a rind as for fragrant fruit leather and sugary rind. It's bear fruit after 2 to 3 years, but will be really small amount to get. And this is from grafted tree. If you want from seeds, it might take 4 years maybe, or even 3 if you grow it in the right condition. But if you want a bigger quantities, at least 5 years before you will get something significant. Sowing requirement. So how to grow it from seeds. So better to keep it in moist soil and sunny location. You can sow it from the spring to the early summer. Possible in a hardiness zone of 10B plus in the autumn also. Better to plant it in separate pots, but if not, if you put it directly on the soil, so 3 meter on 3 meter, something like this, or 3 on 4, so it's been 10 on 12 feet, something like this. If you have if you put it in, after this you want to transplant it, so let's say about 20 on 20 centimeters, so it's mean 8 on 8 inches. The deep of the sowing will be 1 inch, so it's mean 2 centimeter. And except this, better to keep the soil always wet. If not, you will kill it. Not wet, moist. Don't let it dry. Use rich soil and sunny location, of course, and require average amount of water. It will take between 2 to 4 weeks to germinate. This is the usual, but can take much longer, so don't worry. Except this, I will repeat few things that I think it might be helpful. When you grow it, you need to remember that when you put just one clementine, it will be lovely. Usually will be short season, and it will affect on the amount of not the amount, with what you can do with this fruit. If you put few cultivars, and it will be better, and if you put another citrus, it will be much better. That's all from growplants.org. Don't forget to subscribe, visit our website, and of course, if you have any question, just ask. You have here links about more videos, some list, subscribe, and of course purchase a plant, and this is donation for our channel. I hope you enjoy and come visit us again.